No doubt about it, this one is tricky. Okay, how can we solve for x? Well, we're going to try and use a double angle formula because we can't solve this at this point. Right now what we have is 4 times, and I'm just going to call sine of x a, times b equals 1. So there's no way we can solve for a or b because they could be anything. Now if I find out what a is, then I could find out what b is, but that would mean that every time I change a, b is going to have to change also. So this is impossible to solve as it is. Okay, you cannot solve this algebra problem down to what a equals or what b equals and find out what it is exactly without knowing one or the other. So what can we do? Well, what we can do is change this so we can use one of the double angle formulas. Well, we know that sine of 2x, I'm going to run out of room there, I'll go below. Sine of 2x equals 2 sine cosine. Okay, well, we don't have 2 sine cosine, but we have 4 sine cosine. So what would happen if we took a 2 out and we left a 2 in of this problem? And we can do that in math. Okay, we can say 2 times all of this. Well, that's 2 times 2 is 4. So as long as you if you go backwards, you get to the same spot you started, it's okay. So now what we can do to solve this, okay, we can divide both sides by 2. Okay, so now I have 2 sine of x cosine of x equals 1/2. And then if I change this using the formula, I already erased it. Using the formula, it would be 2, excuse me, this 2 goes away. It would be sine of 2x equals 1/2. Now I can solve this. I can solve this problem for x, and you've already done this type of problem before. So now we just need to figure out when this angle for in the sine function is going to equal 1/2. Well, that happens, when does sine equal 1/2? It happens at 30 degrees, so 2x equals 30. And it also happens again at 150. 2x equals 150. Now, for this problem, I am going to add 360n. Now, I know you haven't had to do that for any of the problems before this, because in the directions it says your answer, you only want the times this is true between 0 and 360, or 0 and 2 pi. Well, when we divide by 2, we're going to change this a bit, and we're going to actually bring more answers into that range. And let me, hopefully if I go through this, you'll understand what I meant. So to solve for x, we've got to divide by 2. And when I do that, I'll get x equals 15 plus 180n. What this means is 15 is an answer. But so will 15 plus 180 also be an answer. 15 plus 180 is 195, which is between 0 and 360. Okay, so you got to be careful on this problem to make sure you get all the answers. If I add 180 more to this, I'm outside of 360. So for this first part, we're just going to have these 2 answers. How about for this one? Divide by 2. I get x equals 75 plus 180n. So 75 will be an answer. 75 plus 180 will also be an answer. So I have 4 answers for this problem. 15, 75, 195, and then 255. Another way you can check this problem, check the answers, is to graph it. This is number, what is it? Number 21.